Walmart and Target lead a list of retailers reporting third quarter results today. Walmart is up first, 7 a.m. Eastern. Its profits are expected to rise about 10% to $1.07 a share. Target will follow at 7:30 a.m. and it's expected to earn 78 cents a share on revenues of just under $17 billion. Both chains are girding for the holiday shopping season, which will officially kick off next Friday, Black Friday, although it's unofficially been underway for weeks. Joining us now is Stacy Widlitz, president of SW Retail Advisors and a CNBC contributor out of New York. Stacy, good morning. And which of these retailers, Walmart, Target, do you think is going to show us strength this morning?
Well, the big suspense number here is the Walmart U.S. same-store sales number. They're facing their first positive comparison in some time here. So the big question is, are they able to lap that? The consensus is looking for about a 2% rise in same-store sales. They've been reinvesting in everyday low prices here. So the question is that traffic still building? Is it paying off here?
Stacey, we saw Walmart post a couple of years of declines in same-store sales. So while they want to focus on low prices, how are they able to pull it off when the likes of, say, JCPenney can't make it work?
Well, actually, what they've been doing is a couple of years back, they actually pulled a lot of SKUs out of the store. It disappointed the customer. They moved away from that everyday low pricing. That's back. They're communicating to the consumer that it's all about value and the best prices possible. And they've also been cutting costs and increasing efficiencies, taking those dollars and plowing them back into investing in prices, passing them on to the consumer. And that's been working for the past year here. Again, they're facing this lap in comparisons, which will be tough, so we'll see if that works. And then, of course, we have Black Friday, where they're opening the earliest of any retailer.
I was just going to ask, too, when it comes to being promotional and having to reinforce that low price message, what kind of hit are they going to take on margins? And are investors worried about that, or do they see it as, well, this is what's going to happen if they're going to maintain their same-store sales edge?
Sure. You know, in retail, it's always the game of what's the balance here of cutting prices, but at the expense of margins. Walmart has been able to cut enough costs and pull enough efficiencies out of the organization, so their operating margins have really been flattish. Last quarter, gross margins were down slightly, so if they're down 10, 20 basis points here, that's probably in the stock. But for them, they really have some room to be able to invest in prices, whereas some other retailers, they don't have the sales or the traffic to be able to get that leverage.
And what about a Target, which positions itself as a bit more discretionary, kind of more aspirational? If they're not as focused on a low price message, is that going to hurt them?
Well, I think Target is a slightly different customer here. We already know the same-store sales increased about 3%. They've already reported comps. We really want to hear what the trend has been. Has Hurricane Sandy hurt November sales? We've heard that from a slew of retailers. But I think the big deal for Target is, in December, they're teaming up with Neiman Marcus and bringing in some new, fresh product, exciting into the stores. And that's worked for them in the past, to bring in this really fresh, exciting product. So, you know, in December, there's usually a lull after Black Friday. That will bring some excitement into the stores and drive traffic.
Oh, I wonder, too, by the way, we saw H&M reporting numbers this morning. Now, they surprised quite sharply to the downside. Is there any read-through here for retail more broadly from that surprising decline?
Yeah, H&M comps were down 5%, and that was a big surprise. The street was looking for flat to slightly positive here. So H&M has been slightly volatile in the last few months. You know, they're majority in Europe. So, you know, obviously with U.S. and with Walmart and Target, it's all U.S. But certainly you have to look at the market and say retail is under pressure here, but in Europe particularly.
Okay, Stacy Widlitz there joining us with the latest on retail. We've got Walmart and Target reporting shortly, and then Black Friday next Friday.